and I love Molly Stew.
I am the eyes and ears of this institution.
Mama don't like tattletales.
Who knows? In 1,000 years, even you may be worth something.
Little Hand says it's time to rock and roll.
Room for one more penny.
Today we face the monsters that are at our door.
I think we live in overstimulated times.
Roar! It's been a fun week. I've been sick as a fucking loser. So you'll have to excuse me if I mute myself or just end up going and dying. Hi, friend.
Howdy doody.
Howdy. I have a couple of things. I think I sent this to you today. Okay, well, first of all, I'm Molly. I'm from the hellhole of Los Angeles, currently now living in my own nasal hell in the Midwest. Here, I was a cop for many years, and that's where I met my best friend, Randy. Gassed Tax. That's who you are this week. Excellent. I feel like I look like a cartoon next to you, dude.
You're so tall. So small. That's what she said.
Okay, Randy. I'm gonna mute myself while I cough myself to death. Introduce yourself.
Randy Agard, former Marine, ex-LAPD. Also got in some trouble, but I met this wonderful person to my left, right? Taller? On the LAPD.
Forever. Friends forever.
Yes.
Bro, I know I sent this to you today on Instagram, but I wanted to share with the other kids. Brotherhood is not bound by blood, but by the mutual choice to endure the trials together with reason, life's trials together with reason and virtue. This is why I wear glasses. Yeah, you're totally my brother forever, and I fucking love you.
You too, bro.
So today I was coughing so hard that like I ripped my tits. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. But I felt a ripping, like a physical ripping going on.
Speaking of bros with breasts, wasn't that your first subject?
Yeah, we might as well just get the tits out of the way. There's lots of tits in the chat, guys. So bounce those titties. If you're over on Rumble, if you're on YouTube or Pilled. I don't know what to tell you. Actually, on Pilled, I think I call them bouncies or something. But yes, lots of tits in the chat. So have at it. But yeah, we might as well talk about Christy Noem's husband. I don't know if you've seen this picture, friend. Did you? You saw this one?
Oh my God.
Oh, there's Pammy over on YouTube. I think my favorite part of this is like the cockeyed nipples. That's like the best part. And it reminds me of all my years hanging out with drag queens. Because one of my dear friends, Job, there was like a whole thing where like you went from being a club kid to like drag, and you didn't want to be drag. There was like we were in the transition between club kids and then everything becoming drag. And he first started, we made costumes, and he first started making these elaborate costumes with just one tit, just one. And so that wasn't drag. He was still like acceptable to like the club kids or whatever. And then he had two tits, and that was like totally shocking. Like, oh my God, Job's doing drag. Like, no, I'm not. And so then he used to put these peanut M&Ms like in his bras to simulate like nipples, and they were always cockeyed, and it was so you just couldn't even breathe. It was so funny. I fucking miss that guy so much. So anyway, yes. So okay, so this is Christy Nome's husband. The thing that's crazy about it is though, that like the left is freaking out about it, going like, oh, see, he's a pervert and stuff. And it's like, what? I thought like sexuality is just like part of your gender expression or what all these like stupid terminology. But no, they have decided that they're gonna roast her and him.
Yeah, if you're a female, LGBTQ, Black, or even Hispanic, they go full Klansman if you don't agree with them.
Sorry, God, I'm disgusting. I need to be better at the mute button.
She said prayers in privacy for what she's going through with this guy.
Yes, she did. So, okay. I mean, who really knows? There was one girl who came out. She said that she's some kind of like dominatrix and that he was one of her clients. He would pay her up to $25 a minute for her to like talk down to him and make him like bounce his boobs. It's called bimbofication. It's a whole fetish where you act like a bimbo and you bounce your boobs, and she would make him spank himself and like she said that he required a lot of validation. And I'm going to say this as somebody who's worked like every pervy nightclub in Hollywood. I worked at Dream Dresser, which was a sex club store like that sold sex clothes. I worked at Retail Slut in Hollywood. I'm going to say no. I know so many dominatrixes, and like being under the radar and keeping that privacy of your client is so key, or you're never going to have anybody else come to you if you're telling on people. So I don't believe her. I think she's probably a perv, you know, she's probably does make money in that area. But I would like to see how many clients ditch her after this, because like if I was into some pervy shit, like I wouldn't want this bitch going on the internet going like, yeah, it paid me $25 a minute.
Yeah, I mean, especially I could never do anything gay.
Do you know, you were telling me about those scrunchies, and I was trying to picture them because I love giving gifts. It's just one of my love languages. And I was like, I should be able to find some really good like scrunchies for him that don't get him gay bashed at the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu club or wherever you hang out.
I accidentally wore them to training, and it didn't go well.
Dude, one day in high school, I was wearing these. I even know what pants they were. They was gray, like pinstripe pants, and like I felt like kind of like something in my pants, and I shook my leg in class. And of course, now everybody's looking at me because I'm in class and I'm shaking my leg. Like, what the fuck is up my pant leg? And a pair of my dad's underwear came out of my pant leg from like the laundry or whatever. So I feel you. Okay, Pammy, I have something for you though. She says, how embarrassing. These photos have now become hilarious memes. Okay, I don't know why, because clearly my long fingernails that I spend so much money on, they don't even have polish on them. But I get a fair amount of like the fake nail ladies and like the crazy shit that they're doing with their fake nails on my like feed in my algorithm. Who knows why? And I've got one for you. Like they already made him into a fingernail.
Wow.
So they made these like gel boobies. She even gave him like the total like nips. And then he's got a MAGA hat on. He's all shellacked, looking all nice. And
Molly,
so
I don't think that's a fingernail.
it is a fingernail. I watched her make it.
Okay. All right.
How
Looks
you're
like
going to do anything with that, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. But then again, I work with my hands too much to be able to glue shit to my body because I actually have to work for a living. So there's that.
good times. Just come out and say what you are, who you are, what you're.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for her, especially because, like, you know, she had just gotten fired from DHS and everybody's like giving her a hard time over it, like, oh, your husband, blah, blah, blah. But it's like nobody gave a shit when Eric Swalwell was fucking Fang Fang and she was like a
Chinese.
spy.
Yeah.
Like, your
Wait.
husband just likes to jiggle tits. Like, if she was a Democrat, everybody would be like, oh, so stunning and brave. We just love it, you know?
Yeah.
But I was
So she got
watching,
fired?
huh?
She got
Yeah,
fired?
a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
She-
Yeah, we'll get into Pam Bondi because she was next. But so my favorite part about this whole stupid Brian Gnome, sorry, it's spelled weird. It's Bryon. Bryon, Brian. Because I know you boys want to go look at those titties later. She's been a hot mess for a while though. Yeah, so okay, so they're saying that like she's been cheating on him like pretty openly with some dude at work and like and all this stuff and like I don't really care. Like if you get your job done, I don't really care. Um Circle One says, "What do you mean later? I haven't pulled up now." Well, at least both your hands are still on the keyboard, sir. But so they're just, you know, making fun of her like that, you know, she's been cheating openly and it's such a double standard. It's like everybody's wants to clutch their pearls in horror, but like we knew what Clinton was doing and like people were like, oh, but he plays the saxophone, he's so cool. I just get sick of that double standard. Let the guy have his giant tits. Anyway, oh, what I wanted to tell you is I was watching Matt Walsh explain the whole situation. And he's got a very like dry affectation to him anyway that makes him kind of on the harder side, which makes me love Michael Knowles more because I just love Michael Knowles' personality. But anyway, Matt Walsh was going in like great detail about like having this scenario in mind of this Brian guy like going to Party City and you know he's probably behind some mom who's buying paper plates with Elsa from Frozen on it for her sister her daughter's birthday and there he is thinking about himself and where he is in life and he probably caught a glimpse of himself in the door while he's in line buying these balloons so that he could stuff them in his shirt and have these big and it was just like at what point, Matt Walsh, is this your fantasy about this guy at Party City instead of the guy who wants to like bounce his titties on the fucking internet? Anyway. So
Yeah. I went to the store one time and I was buying some, let's say, DVDs. It's around 2007. And I'm going up and everybody and their mom comes up and I'm like, geez, everybody's going to see me buying Senator boobies.
yeah, I guess that's why mail order, like, isn't like the porn industry like super responsible for so many innovations in technology? And I would say that, well, we went from beta to VHS to DVD to now streaming. But I would say also probably mail order would be like another one because people wanted to get their pervy shit.
Oh, that's right. He probably used Amazon or whoever to get his man boobs mailed to him.
Well, they're saying that those were just balloons with the little like tie thing, might have been the nipples, maybe.
Why can't
Who
he just
knows?
why couldn't he just be like me and eat too much and naturally grow?
Electricity was actually invented by the porn industry. Thank you, Circle of One. So yeah, anyway, his bimbofication fetish. Do you think that she didn't know at all though?
She knew. Women know what's going on in the house.
Yeah, I remember I dated this loser for a while, and he, like all of my good stories go, and he was like obsessed with talking about butts. And it's a long story, but he had this videotape, or was it, I think it was a videotape, on top of his TV once. And I was like, oh, we've already watched all these DVDs. What's this one? And I go to like reach it, and he karate chops my arm. And then he was like, I'm going to go take a shower. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go read this magazine. Like the second the water turned on, I was like, what the fuck was that? And it was called like Butt Brother Blowout. So
Was it one or two?
I don't know. And then after I dumped him, he ended up being a cross-dresser. And it was, as you do.
What was in our government? You're dating Chinese spies, or?
Actually, I didn't dump him until he cheated on me with a one-eyed stripper on the internet. And that's a whole story that I feel like I've told too many times in my life. But yeah, so there we go. So yes, so bounce those big Brian Gnome titties. Here, let's put some titties in the chat. I'm just putting some titties in the chat. There you go. Okay, now let me get rid of those. Okay, good.
I know we're joking around, but shouldn't you kind of be in your private life a little beyond, or have some more discretion?
Oh, well, I don't know, because people are on the internet and they probably, well, okay.
Well, I mean, for their position.
If you are truly into being objectified like that, and in these forums, like they're saying, then you have to be like public. You have to be vulnerable to screenshots. It's like I used to go to this dirty club in Hollywood, and there was a guy who used to go to the upstairs bar area, and he would lay on the ground and he would buy you a drink if you would drink it while standing on him.
Wow.
And his name was Matt. It was.
He's not a political. I mean, I remember Hillary saying, "I was embarrassed that Bill got caught." She didn't say, "I'm mad that he cheated." She was just more embarrassed that he got himself caught. I'm like, really?
Well, okay, so I know they were together for a long time, but I mean, I just would have to think that looking at her, you got to know your place. Like a 2 has to know they're a 2, a 10 has to know they're a 10. I'm not saying either one of them are a 10, but she'd have to know that she was power hungry, and with his power, he could get other 2s.
I'm 90% sure she didn't want to have sex either, so she just doesn't look like it.
Blind. My eyes.
Sorry, chat. Sorry, Molly.
Oh, I'm just gonna put this meme there in Rumble. There you go. It's that actress, I can't think of her name, going, "What do you mean? What do you mean?" Well, she's like, her eyes are tearing. Okay, so we might as well talk about Pam Bondi now.
Yes.
Not just because, well, I loved it. I posted it on one of my private Instagram of her saying that like she's in it to like come and like kick ass, and we're gonna put these predators in jail. And then that one comedian guy goes, "You sure about that? Are you sure about that?" Whatever, which was so rad. But I think the cuntiest part of this was that when Trump posted it, he says, "We love Pam," but then he also says that she'll be moving on to the private sector. In other words, she doesn't even have a job yet. We love her so much that she's going to be unemployed right now.
Wow.
And like, I just wonder how, if she was given a lot of time to be able to sort that out, or if did she find out via this tweet? Probably not. I'm sure he probably told her, but it's just so backhanded. We love Pam, and she'll be getting a new job in the private sector soon. Like, it's just so backhanded. And it reminds me of that movie. I'm sure you didn't see it because it's a chick flick, but it's called He's Just Not That Into You.
I saw it.
So there's these two ladies sitting on a park bench, and they're talking about how do you know when you've been dumped? And it's like all the things that men say when they've really dumped you, and you're just like, wait, what? Like, I got dumped? And so one of them says that a guy has told her, I am so jealous of the man that gets to marry you. And then she goes, well, that could have been you. And that's what I was going for. Like, he had dumped her. I just thought that was rather. We love Pam. She's going to be getting a job in the private sector soon. So,
So was Pam the bad guy, or was Trump the bad guy, or?
well, I mean, Trump has a very sort of backhanded way of speaking sometimes, and I think
yeah.
it was a very Randy Agard sweet shit sandwich.
Gotcha.
The patented Randy Agard sweet shit sandwich.
Yes.
Do you want to tell everybody what your sweet shit sandwich is?
You look very nice today for somebody who's unemployed, but you're gonna make it because you're such a smart person. I'm unemployed. Hey, fired.
I am so jealous of the man that gets to marry you. So jealous.
So I'm still not putting together what Pam did right or wrong, or.
Well, so Pam had really hit it hard. We, like when some of us voted a certain way, we had an idea that there was going to potentially be some fucking justice for the Epstein files. And they were on her desk. And then, these like podcasters get brought in, and they're like smiling and cheering, holding binders of what could potentially be children getting fucked, and you're smiling holding a goddamn binder. And then all of a sudden, like, there are no files. Like, well, what was in the binders? And like, it just didn't make any sense. Like, oh, well, that's because it was all just a bunch of pornography that he had downloaded, like disgusting, depraved child pornography. Well, then every single one of those is a new crime, bitch. So get on it. You need to get a team of investigators to find out, who is this victim? Who is the suspect? When did this happen? Where is the jurisdiction? What is the statute of limitations on each one of these? If that wasn't all under Epstein Island having been done there, and surveillance videos, which is what we had thought that these Epstein files were, then you have now opened up potentially thousands. If she's saying there's thousands of videos and images, then that's thousands of potential new cases. So then, like, what happened with that?
Here's the deal. Like, if you can't arrest the cartel leader and his lieutenants, you can arrest the guy who drives the truck, the mechanic, the guy who loads it. Just start arresting somebody.
Yeah.
They arrested Trump's lawyers. I mean, they arrested a bunch of people that was connected to him for nonsense. You'd think.
I mean, I guess that becomes problematic, because if the whole point is that we have to ignore the fact that there is this potential blackmail ring to open up any little part of it, substantiates it. And like, when Ghislaine Maxwell was arrested for procuring or whatever, for trafficking, but then they're saying, well, she only trafficked to Jeffrey. She didn't bring anybody over for anything else. All these other girls, all these other pictures, all these other affidavits, like, none of that is anything. It's all bullshit. Everybody just go back to your TV dinner and Family Feud. Like,
well, when they arrested the mafia when they went after the mafia in New York, there's a bunch of judges and politicians involved, and I get it, a city versus the entire planet, but still, arrest somebody. I mean, these girls went their whole lives like, oh, we're finally here. We're gonna get some justice. Nope, we're not even arresting the guy who landed a plane on Epstein Island.
Yeah. Hi, Red Bike. The binders had flight logs. They were initials. The names were not written out, and there were no mentions of the crimes committed. Well, yeah, I mean, a flight log isn't going to say that, like, I brought him over from this airport for the purpose of a blowjob with a 9-year-old. So I seriously hope he fires Kash Patel too. Absolutely useless and embarrassingly incompetent, Pammy says. Yeah, I don't know. So I love to see what everybody thinks about it. And so the left is saying like, oh, well, he only just fired Pam Bondi now because she's about to testify and he wants to cover it up because he's complicit in the Epstein files. Like, she still has to testify. Like, just because you're not getting that paycheck anymore doesn't mean that you weren't the guy. Just like theoretically, if any of my cases when I was a detective from LAPD were going to trial now, they could subpoena me as a civilian, even though I haven't worked there. So, the left has no idea what they're talking about. But anyway, so she's still going to testify, I assume. But who knows?
Yeah, I got fired, got in trouble, got convicted, all that good stuff. Still went to court 2 years later for something that I had handled. So,
Oh, really?
oh yeah, the guy called me that word, and then he said, "I don't remember that guy being there. There were no black people there." I'm like, jerk.
Oh, it's like when a tree falls in the forest. Like, it's okay to say it if there's not a black person around. Is that what he's saying? That's good.
Basically just told him himself. But yeah, she can go testify whenever, however.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously to be continued, but it doesn't look good. I mean, we were all rooting for Dan Bongino too, and then he called us all black pillars and all this crap. So I don't know, dude. Like, Rod says he's black hole pilled. He says they're all bad guys.
Oh, they're all bad guys. Fair enough.
Well, just, I need more tea.
Seeing how they were from 21 to 25, you would think we can't let them anywhere near power. So if you got to take a few losses or whatever, because here's what they're thinking. Oh, if I don't say anything, I'm 28, 29. No, dude, once they get back in there, it's going to be really bad.
So, like, I don't know. Like, I'm in a super, like, black-pilled phase right now where I just feel like, what does it matter? Like, what does it matter? They're just going to do what they're going to do. Like, this is all just, like, talking points. Like, when you're in high school and they're like, free pizza for everyone. And you're like, cool, yeah, you could be my president of our class.
Yeah, but like, when I think about Kamala having been in, like, every now and then I have my little fantasies. Like, she's in. Everybody is in America with her in, and we're paying for it. Like, I'm 99% sure we'd have been, America would either be done or close to done. Like, we wouldn't have made it to the end of the year.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously the pick the path of least resistance or whatever the saying is, the better of two evils or whatever. But like, I need a hero. I'm holding up for a hero till the end of the night.
Well,
My voice was so bad the last few days, dude. I was singing some slave songs. I was singing in like baritone, and it makes for really good prank calling. That's all I have to say about that. I have some cop stories to talk
Molly,
about.
I'd rather a shot of vomit than a whole pitcher of vomit. And I mean, I don't want any vomit, but it would be way worse with them in. Way worse.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, like my best friend from high school was like, I think she was like the first black-pilled person that I knew when she was talking about like it's the same, there is no right and left. Like, this is all just like, the illusion of choice and all that stuff. And she's so smart. And I was just like, she doesn't know. Trump's going to save us. No, I'm just like, could you get me up to speed, please?
Well, my teacher in the 90s said, America's taking its last breath. And that was like 30 years ago. But with that said, when they say there is no right and left, maybe at the top it's one party, but at the bottom, we know which bathroom to use, Molly. I promise you, we know which bathroom to use.
Yeah, but that's a really low barometer.
I mean, if I said a bunch of words, you'd make the right choice. Guns, borders, vaccines, babies, women.
I know, but I feel like it's still a really low barometer from like fucking crazy to like bare minimum.
Yeah.
Speaking of fucking crazy, I don't know if you saw the Canadian gun buyback absolute failure.
Yeah.
They try this in LA all the time. And what happens right before a gun buyback? Like more burglaries, more fucking car breaking. These boys need to procure some extra firearms for the gun buyback. And then they give it to their little cousin or whatever.
Another one is using the gun in a crime and then giving it to the police. That's always beautiful.
Yeah, but they're not
even.
But that's when they decided that they're not even going to take your ID or anything, since IDs are racist now.
Yeah.
Oh, Rod says the left and right is for us, not them. It's just another way they keep us divided.
Right. Right.
So anyway, they had this. It's voluntary.
Wow, Molly.
Sir. Pammy says, did y'all participate in any April Fool's shenanigans? No, I was dead. My April Fool's shenanigan was playing a mummy for about 36 hours, laying on the floor next to my bunny, who totally left me alone. She was like, I don't know what that sound is, that but she didn't want anything to do with it. And I didn't move. I didn't eat. I didn't drink. I didn't do anything. I was just, whew. And I think this is how it happened. I went to see a Grateful Dead cover band. Listen, if you put a gun to my head, I couldn't tell you a single fucking Grateful Dead song. Not one. And after sitting through like an hour and a half of Grateful Dead covers, I still can't. I didn't know any of those songs. But what I do know is there were two dudes there. One of them was like 25, and the guy was high as hell. He was looking up at the angels, just talking to him. Like, yeah, he was so fucking high. And then this other guy was like 1,000 years old, and he had this shirt on, and I think it said like Dancin' Dan or something. And it said, I've come to dance, not for romance. Like, sir, Skeletor, nobody is here to hit on you, sir. And he was like a crazy dancer too. He was like doing these weird high kicks. But
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. And so whatever I got, I blame the hippies.
Nice. I had no April 1st shenanigans. None.
You didn't have any? Yeah. I mean, we had the lunar launch. That's sort of a April Fool's joke of sorts.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. We're going to the moon.
Yeah. We're going back to the moon. So there's that. And did you see that they were like T-minus 33 seconds? And I like looked up at my imaginary Candace Owens cam. I'm like, 33 seconds. He said it. He said 33 seconds. And then the one captain guy said that it's the first time we're going to send humans to the moon. And I'm like, so he's the captain of this thing? And like, you guys, you didn't tell him that there was a whole, okay. But Michael Knowles said that 10% of Americans think that the lunar landing was fake. Only 10%.
I think that's a lie.
I think so. I don't know where they were. I mean, you can always lie with statistics. And 25% admit they are skeptical. That's just 25% don't want to get like
I don't
dogged.
think Earth is flat, but I don't think we went to the moon.
I agree with you on both of those. And we could do a whole thing. Actually, I was talking to my old friend Matt the other day, and he gave a new angle that I've never heard of because he was a photographer. And it was something about the registration marks with a boot in front of it, which that's part of the camera. So the boot would have to be like behind the lens. And I'm like, this is all photography stuff I don't know anything about. But it's so interesting because he's the one I was talking to a while ago or a couple weeks ago. And like some Karen like got into the comments. He like made a comment about me because he posted a picture of us from like the fucking 90s or something. And looking all death rock, and some girl like fucking lost her goddamn mind, was like, I loved you, she MAGA, it only takes 2 seconds. I'm like, it takes 2 seconds to learn that I'm MAGA? Like, am I MAGA? Like, okay. I guess you don't really know anything about me, but anyway, so whatever. She saw me wear red once, so clearly. And so anyway, he was saying like, we never even talked politics. I'm like, dude, we never even talked about like the lunar landing. I never knew. He was my best friend for years. I never knew that he didn't believe in the lunar landing. Like, I could have been a much more interesting person back then instead of like waiting.
When you and I were cops, we didn't talk about any. The furthest we got was we don't think the captain's a cool person.
Mm-hmm.
No city leadership, nothing. Just,
Yeah.
Molly, what time are you coming to work tomorrow? I'll be there at 4.
Yeah. Yep. No, we didn't talk about any of that shit. But sure.
It's all been forced upon us.
Yeah. Okay, so then speaking of, I got a debunk that I'm pissed off. Oh, Rod says, do you see the pictures of Earth from space? I haven't, but I did cue this one picture up because this is basically one of my favorite images. I might have to make a t-shirt out of it. This is like when India like went to the moon. And like what you don't see in this picture is like right off screen is the Atari centipede just coming through to clear the screen.
Listen, people in the chat might be smarter than me, and they might think we went to the moon, and I could be completely wrong. They might know statistics or math or angles or lighting or whatever. Might be right. It's just after COVID and all this other BS, I'm just, I believe what I can see.
Yeah. I think there's enough evidence that we didn't, but you know, what does it matter? I'm just one fucking loser. So let me have my opinion. But there's a new conspiracy theory, and I'm seeing this all over the freaking page, and I'm seeing all these people repost it, Randy, and it doesn't pass the sniff test, and it just seems totally bullshit. Rod says, nope, no trips to the moon. And that is, so Pfizer allegedly is coming out with some new vaccine for Lyme disease. Cool, good on them. I'm sure a million people will slurp the goo. Cool. But what I'm seeing is that there's all these like influencers and people who are trying to make a name for themselves on the internet saying that there are these boxes of ticks being thrown into farmers' lands to like intentionally spread more ticks. And look, we already have like the Lone Star tick attached to Bill Gates and the whole alpha gal syndrome where you're like allergic to meat for the rest of your life. And that one kid just died eating a fucking sausage at summer camp or whatever the hell happened. We don't need boxes of ticks. We just don't. And so anyway, they're all saying, I heard that this farmer got it, but there isn't a single farmer, a single city. Like there's just nobody's coming forward. And this is just another one of those stupid urban legends that makes everybody look like an idiot. Like, Oh, there was a tissue put in my door handle when I went to the grocery store. I hate
I don't
those.
understand how you have $100 billion and you're not like, let me go make everybody in the Dominican Republic rich. Instead, you're like, let me form a virus or some weird insect that, like, you can't send everybody up. You know what I would do if I had $100 billion? I'd give everybody a Christmas gift in July. Not
But
poison cities and
do I dare remind you that you don't have $100 billion and that those that do, I don't know which comes first, the chicken or the egg, but let's just say that these people from an island that could potentially have been in a binder, they had enough money to get whatever they wanted.
they chose
And
12-year-olds.
that's not the point. The point is the forbidden fruit. The point is the one thing that you can't get. And so I don't know.
It's just weird to have all of this power. I think I'm going to do some evil with it.
Yeah, because they're fucking bored and human life means nothing to them. So
You don't see that little girl's face and all that terror, and you're just like, I'm going to have lunch after I do this horrible thing to this person. You know, have dealt with victims, and it was just, God, somebody did this. Just we're going to try and get them for you. And you're the person, not you, but you're the person who did this to this person over and over and over again.
well, I mean, you certainly interviewed multiple suspects of crime that were dead to rights that told you straight to your face that it wasn't them. I didn't do nothing, fucking on. And you're like, bro, I watched you. I was the officer that was chasing you, dumb shit. So I don't know.
I've only met 2 people in my life that admitted they were the bad guy. One was a gangster, and then I can't remember the other person. Everyone I've ever met in life was like, no, I'm the good guy. You beat your girlfriend until she was bloody. Right, because she wouldn't listen. Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, well, I taught interrogation tactics and I could certainly boost those numbers for you. But yeah, everybody is the hero in their own mind. And you use that in an interrogation. I had defense attorney. My biggest compliment from a defense attorney was, we have to plead guilty to this. I can't let the jury watch this interrogation. It looked like his mom talking to him. But I mean, it wasn't fake. Like, I really was rooting for my gangsters, probably more so than they were rooting for themselves. I was thinking about one of them today, just like, dude, I hope that he's okay. I put him away for 12 years. I'm sure he's out by now. He was in this like beautiful love story with this girl. They used to tag their names all over town. And like, he was a dad and he had 2 kids, and he was like the shot caller of some like stupid gang. And I'm like, dude, this hurts that like I'm rooting for you more than your family, more than yourself, more than your fellow gangsters. I still root for him. I still think about him and pray for him. So I hope those guys are okay. I they got a job on the streets and I don't envy it, and it's got to be a hard life. Anyway, I saw this one witness to the ticks in the field. My grandpa saw it at my neighbor's field. Like, well, who's your grandpa? Like, what city are you in? Like, where are you? And like, he wouldn't answer anybody. And then like, you go trace the thing back and it's just like some comedian's page. But my favorite one was this girl was like, oh, it's totally true, blah, blah, blah. She's like, screenshot the following, for more information on this. So I fell for it. I'm like, okay, I want to see more information. So I screenshot it, and it was like all this shit about like Operation Mongoose and like go to the fucking original JFK files from 1962 and like just all this stuff. It was about like Cuba and like, okay, just like, what about the ticks? What about the boxes of ticks? Like, there wasn't a single link that she sent you that was post 2012. What about the ticks? But anyway, so it's trash. And I just hate it because, look, it's not that I believe every conspiracy theory, and nor should anyone, but I think conspiracy theories are so important because it should get people to think instead of just, slurping the goo. It should get people to be like, oh, that didn't really make sense. And like that actually is the antithesis of what you're telling me. Like standing on the dots for COVID and all that crap. And so when we spread misinformation, like the stupid shit about boxes of ticks and stuff, it can make somebody that could ordinarily be woken up to some of this stuff just be like, well, you were totally wrong about the boxes of ticks. Now, there are boxes of ticks, but it's not boxes of ticks. What it is like, I don't even know if I go through explaining this, but just so you are all aware, there is a thing for ticks. It's a box and you put them in your farmland, but they're to kill ticks. And it's a box of a bunch of vials, and inside those vials is cotton, and the cotton is laced with permethrin, like the insect killer. And the farmers put these boxes in intervals where mice go. So they're going to be by people because that's where mice go. They're not going to be in a big empty field because mice don't go there. They're going to be, next to the barn and, in the hidden spaces and all this stuff. So the mouse gets this nesting material, this cotton, takes it back to their little thing. They get eaten by ticks quite a bit. And so when the tick is covered in their fur with the permethrin on it, it should kill these ticks. So go to Tractor Supply. You can get them there. And there's no ticks. They don't come with ticks. It's to kill ticks.
But Molly, here's the thing. Even the chat knows this. The whole conspiracy thing is you guys just know the truth 6 months before everyone else does. I told a family member, hey, get a few days worth of supplies. Who have you been listening to? They called me about 2 or 3 months ago. Make sure you have like 3 days of supplies. I'm like, I have a generator, extra water, all of that stuff. I saw Southern California Edison commercial on. Make sure you have some supplies. These are the same people that were making fun of us for saying these friggin' preppers in 2015 when I first started paying attention to all of this conspiracy theories.
Yeah, conspiracy theories. Dude, speaking of conspiracy theories and Pfizer, this lady in Detroit was just awarded $12.69 million for getting fired from Blue Cross Blue Shield. She was some kind of like IT guru that turned in a religious exemption, and Blue Cross Blue Shield said, negative, you're fired, because she wouldn't take the jibbity jab. And they just gave her $12.6 million. And so I just wonder, like, how much money did she make? I would have given her a card for like, 1 million. That might have been worth it to her. Would have been worth it to me. But anyway, congrats to her. And if you remember, Blue Cross Blue Shield was the one that got outed for having their vaccine schedule leaked about the COVID jabs and about what the doctors could make for each step. If you get 10 people, if you get 100 people, whatever. Disgusting kickbacks.
You know what's funny with the whole COVID thing is, so they're like, I can't wait till the next COVID, whatever happens. And they deny what they did during COVID. They're like, no, that was you guys. And I'm like, since you want to lie, who did open borders? Oh, the borders were never open. Okay, who did defund the police? Oh, they didn't get defunded. You're doing all this crazy crap, and you're lying about it, and you're hoping it happens again.
Yeah.
So, good for her and her 12 million.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. But here's the fucked up thing. This is what Trump needs to do. If you get a settlement, it shouldn't be taxed. Because really, you have to show, I'm not saying 12.69 million that she had to show receipts for that. But let's say I sue you for, breaking my car. You smash it at the light. And I show receipts for $422. And then I get awarded $422. This shouldn't be taxed because that's what I had to pay.
Right.
So hopefully that shouldn't be taxed. And also, well, I haven't done my taxes yet, but that's the whole thing. I don't have the money. Look, I thought California was the worst tax state, but it's just little old me. And $16 an hour to go into a burning building. And I can't believe that each year I owe in Michigan. Can't believe it. So bought a house last year. So I started like putting that data in. I was using one of like the free tax software things because that I was using TurboTax. But dude, every year it was like, oh, this year it's going to be $1 million. Like, but they get you because they're like, it's so convenient though, because we did your taxes last year. So that one tiny little field that goes over to your 2025 taxes, we could do that for you. Like, fucker, I could print the thing out. We're good. Thanks. But what nobody at my fire department knew, well, actually, Dave Boomer knew, he told me, is that there's like a $2,500 tax credit for firefighters in Michigan. And it started last year, but nobody told us. Like, I could have had this credit last year also.
Oh, wow.
Like, we should have all known about that. Anyway, so now I might go to a tax guy because, like, I need the money. I need the money so bad that I might, like, see how I get on and talk to men's husbands with balloons in their fucking shirt kind of money. Like, this is what I need.
Molly, I don't mind paying taxes until you tell me, oh, we're giving all of your money to these people in this one city, and we're sending it overseas, and we're setting it on fire. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, and like, weren't we told with Doge that we were going to get like a refund?
All that money they saved, they probably bought red Jeeps or helicopters with no wings, or gave more money to some crazy whatever.
Yeah, fuck you. But hey, speaking of corruption, government corruption, and dirty doctors, did you follow that story in Spain of that poor fucking girl whose organs got harvested?
Paraplegic.
Yes, dude. So, oh, let's see. Circle One says the disinfo is called poisoning the well to discredit all conspiracy theory by association. Yeah.
I just heard that term too recently.
And Rod says 1 million is probably what she'll end up with after all the lawyer fees and legal costs and government taxes.
Yes, Rod. Yes. Yes.
Doesn't that suck? It's like, yeah, you won, sweetie. Now you get to go get another job. And now your next employer knows that you're a rabble rouser.
I have to tell Rod a story. So when $200,000 split between 22 people after the lawyers and taxes came out, Rod, $200,000, I got $2,000, and they wanted me to pay taxes on $20,000. So I had to run around 2,000 man hours worth of work, because you know where I live, Molly. I had to go up to LA and go to City Hall and go to this crazy place, and I'm like, after all of the gas, and I'm like, you guys could have kept that money. So Rod, yes.
Fuck. Dude, that sucks. And I mean, that's what I saw. I mean, of course, you saw it too with our victims of crime. Okay, there's going to be wet spots on my sweater, but that's because I put my wet tea bag on it because I'm a savage beast of a human being, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to put this sweater on. So thanks. But
Sure.
you saw that with like victims of crime, though. Like, you would win your case, but like your victim is never really whole. You might get the guy to like have to pay you back for the window, but like your insurance went
paying.
up. They
Yeah.
don't feel fucking safe in their neighborhood ever again. You know, their pictures of their kids are gone out of their wallet because you threw the wallet in the fucking sewer, and like you're never like whole. And I was talking to this lady at Lowe's today. She was the cashier, and I was trying to feel out if she thought that I was stealing, because like I don't know. just seemed like she was awful chatty. And she wanted to talk about theft. And I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. But anyway, she was saying that like I shouldn't dime out Lowe's, but I'm sure everybody knows by now that like basically you could just shoplift wherever the fuck you want. And it just makes me wonder, like, why do we still pay?
You know what I've found out is humanity is way better than the elites think we are. The same in California. I can go anywhere, steal anything as long as it's less than, I think, 900 something bucks.
950, I think, yeah.
Yeah, and there's so many of us who don't steal, but just a tiny little bit who do is why you're paying 17 bucks for toothpaste. But sorry to go off into the weeds. Young lady in Spain. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So this is so fucking heartbreaking, but in Spain, I guess people can just come and steal your kid if you're poor. So the government took custody of her when she was 13 because the parents didn't have enough money to like raise her up to the government standards. And the government standards mean that she was totally gang raped by a bunch of fucking migrants. And because of that, she just spiraled and fucking just went crazy, threw herself out a window, 5-story window, lived, but she was a paraplegic after that. And so they're saying that she was mentally ill. She was being held in this hospital because she was like bipolar, OCD. I don't know. I think she had one other thing, but it wasn't like major. And so they were saying like, okay, well, 5150, like you're going to come here and live in the fucking booby hatch because of this. But like you're like this dad would have prevented that from happening because all these years there's like videos of like the dad braiding her hair and like the dad fought for fucking years trying to get this case because Spain believes in assisted euthanasia. And so he put it in, oh, somebody's going to Fire Academy. Sorry. So the dad took it to all these courts for like 2 years trying to appeal it and saying like, no, if she's crazy and she has to live at the booby hatch, this is like where my heart breaks for this dad. If she's crazy to the point where she has to live in your booby hatch, then she's not able to make an informed decision for euthanasia. And then they said, well, no, it's because, because she's paraplegic and because she has so many complications, she has pain for life because of her attempt. Well, then why is she in the booby hatch? Then let her out. Let her come home to Papa. And so they, all of his appeals were gone. He went through like 5 or 6 courts in Spain to try to stop this from happening. And it's so freaking sad because then Spain is trying to say like, but it's actually a really good thing because she's going to help so many people with these organs. And you can't tell me that she had informed consent, that they have to take those from you while you're alive. You can't be overdosed on pain meds because then what happens if you need my kidney? Then you're going to all of a sudden get all the shit that it was processing. So, and being a cop, that decomposition starts the minute of death. So you have to just be ready and have all your people lined up and be like, okay, you ready for that kidney? You ready for those lungs? You ready for that, skin? And you ready for that fucking marrow and all this stuff? And so they sold her. And this is, I did a show on this a long time ago talking about the LA County coroner and how totally corrupt and disgusting the organ harvesting scheme is. And that's from the LA County coroner. And there's so much nuance to it that's like, it's so fucking gross. And then there's been people who have been alive. There was that one guy who like escaped from the hospital because he overheard them talking about how he has no family and they're going to do it tonight. Like, I don't know. But what I do know is that all those parts that get sold off to people, the dad doesn't get $1. The dad doesn't want $1. The dad wants his daughter. But like, how fucking disgusting that the hospital and the doctors that are making this decision, is she allowed to give you $2 million? Does she, or 2 million euros? Is she of sound mind and body to give you 2 million euros? Like, yes, I think she is. Like, fuck you.
Well, you and I were kind of talking about this, and you said something kind of not crazy, but it was crazy. Is there a death penalty for rape? Yeah, for the victim.
Yeah, actually, I forgot to look that up. If there's a death penalty for rape.
Oh, I doubt it. If your system's
Spain.
accurate.
But I did see
like
that
criminals.
they weren't held to answer. The particular ones in her case.
Yeah, of course. You know what too is this doesn't go through a person, so it's not Randy's corrupt and he's like, yeah, let's go ahead and chop this girl up. There's so many different people that said, I want to do the wrong thing. Stamp. I want to do the wrong thing. Stamp. And that's how we get. And I'm not black. I'm probably gray pilled because I still think you get to a position in America where there's going to be that one person where it's like, no, we're not doing this. Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I mean, there was at least one court that sided with the dad, and for this girl's life. I mean, she was 25, like paraplegics. Like, did you see that one? The one guy without any arms that's like a professional cornhole player, like just murdered somebody. This sucks so bad. Listen, I didn't know that I believed that people were disabled until you're trying to hide a dead body and your two passengers in the back seat say, get fucked, we're not doing that for you. Oh, God.
Why is it that prisons, because when you're saying, the gangster, I kind of feel they have like more morals and principles than, like, you go to prison and you rape somebody and you hurt a child, they're going to handle it. But we have these progressives that are like, well, you got to understand, sometimes people just want to rape people. What?
Right. Unless it's Christine Holmes' husband who wants to put balloons in his shirt. Then it's like, oh my God, why I never.
Yeah, these people. Good times.
Yeah, but so anyway, she's now gone. She got what she wanted, I guess. And her dad just must be like, my heart just breaks for him.
So many levels of injustice. Like, so these people weren't supposed to be here and they raped me.
Yeah.
And now
you raise this baby. You have this baby and it's all love. And then the government decides how much money you're allowed to have, or we're going to take your 13-year-old and let boys have access to her. Well, they're getting paid. And I don't know, you could do a deep dive on those fucking locations to find out how much are they getting paid to steal 13-year-old little girls so that the migrants have something fun to play with. You can get even darker on this fucking story, Randy. It just pisses me off. It's crazy.
How does the system get there? Like, I come home, hey, how was work today? Well, there's been some complaints about us letting in all these illegals, and this one girl got raped. Maybe I'll vote differently next time, and like you said, maybe the vote doesn't count. I'll at least not support somebody who says, I don't mind who gets raped. Like the Mandamis and the Newsoms and all of these guys who are like, we don't mind crime, just as long as nobody considers us racist. It's like, really? There's people getting hurt because of your stupid
Yeah,
ideology.
but he lives in like a $9 million compound. Like he doesn't have to worry about people like sneaking a little experience inside his butthole. So
I'm not even blaming it on him. Snakes are going to be snakes. I'm talking about the person who's like, well, he's handsome. I know I got robbed yesterday and no one
I
cares.
don't think he's handsome.
Oh, no.
They always compare him to Christian Bale from American Psycho. Christian Bale was hot. There is something so disingenuous about Gavin Newsom. And
I don't think he's handsome at all. I'm talking about his voters are like, his hair is nice and he has nice teeth. It's like, have you seen California? We pay $1.50, $1.30, sorry, more in gas than anybody else in the country.
Do you know how much per gallon tax you're paying?
I want to say $1.20 and then 30 cents for some other nonsense.
Because wherever I am, where am I? Michigan is like 50 something cents a gallon tax now, I think. But you still have people that are like, this is crazy. Trump raised like, no, Trump lowered gas prices. And then our fucking Governor Dorito, decided that she was going to fucking raise taxes on the gas tax right when it was supposed to go down. So we never felt that relief here.
Wow. You were going to go.
Yeah.
I was in California 2019, cruising, just driving around for fun because gas was $2. I think it was 201. I'm like,
dude, I remember in my
$5.
Chevy Nova, it was 99 cents a gallon on Vineland. And I remember getting 99 cents a gallon gas in my 74 Nova. Those were the fucking days, bro.
Molly, I don't need a 5-cent dinner, but don't charge me $5.50 a gallon. Like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, especially since like nobody willingly gets into traffic in Los Angeles anyway. Dude, when I worked West LA, that was only 12 miles to my shithole apartment. And it took me 2.5 hours to get home to start looking for parking. So when I went to the gang unit and we got off at like 3 a.m, like, fuck that. You're not going to find parking until like 7 a.m. So I just had to sleep at the station. And I had to move into the station for a fucking year.
I was on the phone with you and you said I think he was on a bike or was an old lady walking and they were beating you. And I'm like, there's no way. You're like, I'm doing 2 miles an hour to get home.
It is true though. But I think that's when I got really good at body language, because you can tell like the way somebody's walking, if they're walking from a car to a car. And then you're just like, I'll give you a ride to your car if you give me your spot. What do I care if I get murdered? The city was already stealing my soul.
And Molly, and they're moving. They're like, I've destroyed California. I'm going to Tennessee or some nice place where I call it the human virus.
It's weird because, like, you know, I've been in Michigan for a couple years now, and I'm still a little bit beat down by that idea that you can't just leave your house for any old fucking reason. Like, when I grew up, my dad was like, oh, you'd like to have a box of Fruity Pebbles? I'll go buy you one. And he would get in the car and go buy whatever and come back for one tiny little stupid thing. And because we had a driveway, you know, we were privileged to have a driveway. And then like all the shithole apartments that I lived in where like you just didn't have parking. So like it affected everything. It affected how often I would go and see you, because it's like, oh, if I get back at the wrong time, I don't have parking. It would affect you coming over. It affects like going to the club. It affects fucking everything. Going on dates, because you're just like, I mean, it's like in Seinfeld when Elaine says, but is he sponge worthy? Like, I don't know if you're like parking spot worthy. Like, you're cute, but are you cute enough for me to look for parking for a long time after this date? Because probably not.
Yeah, I was parking by your house one time. I said, Molly, I'm having trouble. Oh, there's a prostitute. Oh, she's going into the tent. She's a homeless prostitute. So you're going to park there?
I mean, I would have so many people call, because I had a lot of parties for somebody that had the shittiest place in the world. And they would call and go, I'm going home. I've been looking for parking. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Like, there's like parking or there's not parking. You have to just drive around. You have to look for them. Like, well, where is there a spot? Like, I don't know. I'm looking at my window right now, and like there isn't one like right in front of my fucking place. But that apartment, so I'm trying to think. I think there were 138 apartments on that block and like 32 legal parking spots. Because my building was built in 1919. And you think about how many cars were on the road in 1919, like you didn't need a driveway. We didn't have a driveway. We didn't have like a parking lot, whatever. It was just street parking. And then when they decided to build a elementary school with the freaking playground directly across from a Megan's Law sex registered offender, whatever, like hub. You know, usually on the Megan's Law website, you just have like the little blips. This was a big blip, which means there's more than 10. And they put the fucking thing right across. So I go to the planning meeting and I raise my hand and I'm like, what like safeguards are you guys going to have for these like kids that are going to be on the playground with like 72 faces in the window across the street fucking fapping it? Like, and of course they were just like, next. And like all of the parents spoke Spanish. And so I was like, raise my hand again. I'm like, I'm going to ask the question in Spanish. Like, fuck you. Like, these parents let their little 6-year-olds walk to school by themselves. And they're right across the street from the sex offender. Anyway, they weren't allowed to have their lights on Halloween. But like, they're literally across the street from where you're planning on putting this display of children. Piss me off.
I love these cities, and they're so pro-criminal. And then they're like, no, we're not. Really? You supplied a bunch of kids for these guys? Or you supplied a bunch of these perverts for the school?
Yeah, they ended up putting up some like green mesh, but that only works if you're standing on the sidewalk. It was a 3-story building. And so obviously the ones in the upper windows can just like see right down onto the playground. And I don't know. I mean, of course, like those parents shouldn't let their like little kids walk to school by themselves, but like there's a point where you have to go to work or whatever. Like your kids should be able to walk around without you like waving, fresh meat in front of the lion's face. Like that was so wrong.
There's like some meme or some little joke gif or whatever where it's not Freddy Krueger, the other one with the lake. Who's that guy? Not Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Oh.
Anyways, he gets a job at a girls' college, and he goes, "This is a setup."
Okay, but you see that, but like you see all these men that go and teach little kids, and like the percentage of them that get caught for doing all kinds of fucking skeezy stuff. Le Jason de Friday à la Trottinth. Yeah, enough with your French. So, yeah.
Are we going to talk about Mandami?
Yeah, sure.
So as you guys know, I'm not a fan of the Yankees. I'm a native. I'm from New York. So there was an age difference in who voted for him. So the younger people, people are like, how do you forget 9/11? They're 24, 23. This was in 2001 that 9/11 happened. So they got themselves a Muslim socialist. What I think they heard was free and turned off everything else. The older people, and I have family there, they're like, no, this wasn't a smart idea. Younger people are like, it's not my money. Yes, it is. So they're having a death tax. They lowered it from however many millions to 750,000 if you leave that for your family. They want to go from 16% death tax to 50%. So no generational wealth.
None. And it's crazy.
These people always think we're going to hold Elon Musk down and we're going to go through his pockets when they say we're going to tax. It's you and I, Molly. They're coming for you and I and everyone in the chat. And How did people keep falling for this? We're gonna make the rich pay their fair share.
Yeah, yeah, your fair share of your grandma's like little farmhouse or whatever. I mean, when I left LA, the average shithole house, like starter house with bars on the windows next to a fucking liquor store was 750,000. And so like let's say your grandma has been, working and your whole family has been raised in that building and it's now worth, she probably bought it for a song in, 1950, but now and she's been paying taxes on it, which is why your whole family is still living there. Because now, like the property taxes on that are like well beyond whatever Social Security is paying her for your grandpa's job, in the factory back in the 50s. And so, so your parents, your dad moves in and then, and now they raise the next generation. You guys grow up in the house and it's like, okay, well, grandma dies. She's the last one, your grandpa's long gone. And you only have $750,000 if that's what it's worth when you sell it. It doesn't mean that you can give half of $750,000. I mean, to say $750,000 is like a lot of money. It's fucking nothing in those cities. I mean, I left LAPD making like 112 was my last year, what I made. And I still lived in a shithole apartment in the barrio next to 18th Street Gang on one side with fucking barachos like sleeping on the fucking lawn, calling 911 all the time. They're breaking my window. I had my car window broken 6 times in 1 year. Like, this isn't a nice place. So when I was looking for a house, like before, I was just like, I gotta go. I found a house in Simi Valley. You want to talk about freeway fucking therapy? Drive to Simi Valley in rush hour every day.
Yeah, I didn't have them.
And it was only $550,000 because the lady had died in there and there were some odoriferous complications lingering. And her family didn't give a shit about her. And they were just like, you can have all of her stuff. Just, we need you to pay today, basically. And it was a weird house. It had a bedroom. It did not have a bathtub. And like, one thing about me, I fucking don't take a shower. Showers are for dogs getting fucking hosed down in the backyard. Ladies take baths. So 550, and I was going to have to figure out where to put a bathtub in the thing. And then there was like 2 guest rooms that were really just like closets. Like, unless you were like a shithole teenage punk rocker that's going to like rent half of a room, like I used to be, like they weren't usable bedrooms. So at the time, Monica was still alive, my friend from LAPD. And she's like, well, I'll rent the master bedroom and the garage and all the other space, and I'll give you like $1,100 a month, or maybe it was 1,000. But the mortgage on that place would have been $3,865, I think, a month before you even flush a toilet. So now I'm going to live in like barely a guest room, getting hosed down in some stupid like shower stall for $2,865 a month. Like, and then I still have to be on the freeway for 2 hours a day. Fuck that. But yeah, with Mondami, I don't know. So many things have been going wrong with him that I just wonder like when more people are going to wake up. I mean, you said that your sister, we'll keep her name out of this, but that she's becoming a lot more aware of politics and how things work.
Yeah, she woke up mid you and I reconnecting concerning all of this because I didn't know where you stood, and I was like, "Oh wow, Molly, I got something to tell you." You're like, "You have a tail?" I'm like, "No, I'm no longer a Democrat." And she was Democrat, and she calls me one day and she goes, I think he might be the better of the two choices. These people are out of their. And I know I always ask you, what's the difference between the left and the liberal? And you're like, well, you're not going to stop to ask, is that a wolf or a dog? They're both psychos, but I think like an older liberal doesn't have a problem that you're gay. I think the leftist wants you to get a lap dance from like a trans person. Does that make like they're complete psychos with their beliefs? You and I are like, you had cross-dressing friends and your goth friends, and I could care less who you are, what color you are, your religion, or any of that stuff. I think with them, they're just complete nutcases. But to what you're saying, yeah, my sister has woken up, and she's lifelong Democrat. I was a lifelong Democrat.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like, of course, yeah, I was dressed like a mermaid running around Hollywood at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. I think there's a picture of us someplace where I'm like going to a club, like just having like belched off the subway, like, yeah, look at my friend. Pre-drinking before the club or something. But we weren't doing anything fucking creepy to people. Like
I think that's
I'm
the difference
very
is that
liberal when it
I
comes
think
to that kind of stuff.
I think they trespass. I think we're liberal, left, right, and all this stuff. The issue is trespassing. Dude, play your music. Pick your girlfriend. You want to wear balloon dress? Just don't climb over my gate and enforce whatever you want to force on me. And
Yeah.
I think that's the whole three kinds of Americans. Leave me alone. I'm going to force myself on you. And people fighting for America to stay America. As simple as I could say.
Yeah, I don't really care what people do. Like, you want to put big titties on, like, cool, that's rad. I'm gonna look at pictures of it because that's who I am as a person.
Yeah.
But like, we used to agree that flashers in the park was a bad thing. If a guy comes up to you and makes you look at his dick, and then you're working at the Wii Spa where a guy makes a little kid see his fucking dick, but he identifies it. Like, what does that mean? His dick didn't identify. That little girl really saw a dick. So I used to go to those Korean spas and like people are fucking naked, all bent over, brushing their teeth. Like, it's not a sexual space.
And then Molly, here's the other thing. He got treated under the law well. And then protesters came on his side, even though nothing happened with him. And they made a huge mess of it. Who cares about the little 6-year-old girl? Who cares that she was black? Who cares about protect women? Who cares about believe women? That person wanted to show his penis to a little girl. We have to respect him. It's like, that's the world I don't want to live in. And that's my problem, left, liberal, progressive.
Yeah, I do. I mean, like, gosh, having worked at places that sold some suspicious stuff to people who would like to wear it, I could tell you that there were people that came in to shop that, like, there were men that used to come and like be looking at the high-heeled shoes, and then they would like look at one and tell you their size and go in the dressing room and wait for you. And you would go bring them the shoe. They never fucking bought anything, and I was commission only. So it's just like, fuck you, dude. I know you want to put on these shoes for a while, jerk it in our fucking dressing room, and then leave. You're never going to buy the shoes. Like, at what point as a sales lady do I give a shit about your fetish? Like, buy something. Or give me a tip for having to help you because now you want to try on this pair or that pair or whatever. Like, I don't really care about people having their like creepy kinks. But, you know, when it's.
And again, like, we used to understand Friday, I'm going to get drunk and I'm going to go try on shoes. No one else knew about it. It wasn't anybody's business. You didn't have a YouTube channel about how you masturbate at the shoe store and have a political party dedicated to me. Just keep that in your little guest closet or whatever.
Yeah, I think about that guy who wanted women to stand on him. And
Matt.
Poor Matt. And it didn't occur to anybody at the sex club to take a picture of him or, you know, make fun of him or whatever. It was just like, oh yeah, that's not for me. And I mean, there was some things going on at some of these clubs, but somebody would ask you, like, I remember one time at this, I think it was, I don't remember which goth club it was, but this guy came up to me. I know who the guy was. We did an ad for Miller Genuine Draft later on where we were circus characters. And I had like this big circus costume on. And he was the strong man. And I was sitting up on his shoulder, like, oh, whatever. Like it was this whole like circus campaign for Miller Genuine Draft. And anyway, he comes up to me at this goth club on the dance floor and he asked me if I want the dark gift. And I was like, is that like herpes? Like, what are you talking about? Oh, no, I'm good. Thanks. I don't need your dark gift. He like wanted to know if I wanted to be a vampire with him. Like, okay, dude. And this dude, he ended up going to prison because he sexually mutilated a minor.
Okay.
Yeah. I almost want to say his name because it's a funny name that he went by. It wasn't his legal name. But because he then found some like minor girlfriend who wanted a bunch of like piercings and stuff. And I guess he did it to her. And I think he went to prison for it. But yeah, like just leave people's kids alone. Like just, go lurk at the goth club and you can ask me if I want the dark gift. But when I say no, then fuck off. And I'm okay with that. That's the world we should live in.
I think that's the world we lived in. I think boomers, Gen X, they got it. Even millennials to a point where we kind of policed ourselves. Like I would tell you a story and you're like, it's getting weird. Like I told you, I think I was in my 30s and I said, oh, I have a 20-something-year-old friend. And you're like, it's a little, it was, wasn't anything weird or sexual. It was like I'd met somebody. I'm like, oh, they're 25. And you're like, it's kind of pushing it. But
Yeah, I remember that story.
yeah. So it's not, you don't have to legislate anything. You don't have to make a law. Your peers are like, hey, why don't you chill out? Oh, like when I was dating the girls at Hollywood Station, you're like, hey, those girls are kind of bad news, Agard. Why don't you chill out and back off? And you
And was
ended up
I
having,
right?
oh my God.
Mm. I'm going to give myself 2 points for each fucking crazy girl because I was right. Because those girls were bad news.
Right and correct, since it was two of them.
Rod says the problem is now it's not enough for them to just snap on some fake tits. Now they demand that we look at them, praise them, and participate in their delusion.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
it really is crazy. And it kind of brings me back. I was playing this. I belong to a bunch of board game groups. And there was somebody there that wanted us to call them by all kinds of fucking stupid shit. And it's like, roll the fucking dice. Like, I'm not here to participate in your bullshit. Like, you want to have some bullshit? Cool. There's your bullshit. I don't care. But at some point, bless you, it does get just really narcissistic. And I think that's what I was talking about today at Lowe's, because the lady, I don't know if she was as old as me, but she was saying it's really hard to hire anybody right now because like the moment you like critique anyone for like, okay, well, you've stocked the brooms in the chainsaw aisle, nobody's going to be able to find them. They just like leave in tears and quit. And it's like, fuck, you can't find anybody to like work a job here. They're all retarded and they all can't take any kind of criticism, let alone getting yelled at. And they are hiring. I have thought about that. I do need a side gig.
Well, to Rod's point, I'm allowed to skateboard all day long. The issue is I want to skateboard in Rod's driveway. And he's like, no, you can't skateboard in my driveway. It's a liability. I might hit you. Rod, you don't want to celebrate me because I'm from New York. And then it's like, that's what America's becoming. And then to your point about the whole employment thing, it's like, so I have to work too at this job? Like, that's going to be required of me also? Like,
that's why you get paid for doing shit that you wouldn't want to do for free. That's a job, baby. Yeah, I mean, I don't, it's terrifying. It's really terrifying. Because like what's going to happen when these people are like 50 and now like their back hurts and now they really don't want to work? Like my boss sent me home this week because of this, because of me being cootified. But otherwise, like, and I have sick time. So like, wouldn't I want to be sleeping with a little bunny running around? Like, doesn't that sound fun? But you know, you have that work ethic where you're like, no, like I'm here to do a job.
Well, so, I heard this today. We're the bridge generation. We were alive when the old world kind of died, like technology, and we were there at the birth of social media and all this other stuff. So we kind of bridged the gap, and we just learned independence. Like, oh, my parents aren't home. I'm just gonna open the door with my latchkey and make myself something to eat. Oh, dad's coming home, and I'm about to go to sleep. Like, you're a whole friggin' kid adult. And now I've got the screen in front of me, and every second of my life is taken up with me looking at a screen and not talking to someone. So,
Yeah, I think, but you and I don't have TVs. I think that's like one of the things that like we totally have in common. Like we'll watch movies, we watch shit on our phones, but we don't sit and watch fucking hour after hour after hour of fucking television. I don't know. I do have my own little conspiracy theory. I'm sure I'm not the only one that thinks this, but like, you know, like MTV got caught for subliminal messages. They've been caught all the way back down to the 50s. Like, why do we think that they just stopped that shit?
right.
Because I noticed, like, I don't think Rod watches TV. Like, I mean, I think we all kind of, I don't think Circle of One watches TV. I just think that there's something about learning about people or doing something over just watching other people do shit.
So here's why I don't mind if you watch TV or the chat watches TV. Now that we're awake, we know what to look for. Like, oh, there's a Christian pastor in the show. He's going to be the bad guy. Oh, out of the two black guys, one died. The other one is safe. It's plot armor. There's no way we're going to kill diversity. So now that we know all of this crap, TV's not the same for us. For everyone else, it's, oh, he's got an American flag behind him. Watch him say something racist. It's like, God.
So it's super predictable.
Oh, yeah. I'm not even watching it for the show. I'm watching it because whoever wrote it has their own little agenda that they want to push, that America bad, Christians bad, conservatives bad. Oh, the one little gender confused young lady, she's the good guy.
Right. She's going to be a superhero in this one. Yeah. But I guess that's maybe just like how lazy we've gotten. That, I mean, and you look at it with like porn. I think I sent something to Ben the other day. Let me see if I can find it. Because it was funny, because it basically talks about how, oh, there's Charlie Kirk. That's good. I know there was a bear. I only have 43 like secret Instagrams, so I can shit post, so that's good. Okay, so it says our grandfathers would see maybe one woman this hot in a lifetime and paint her on the side of a plane and carpet bomb the shit out of each other. You see a dozen stepsisters stuck in dryers hotter than her before breakfast and wonder why nobody wants to die in a trench anymore.
There's so much truth to that.
There is. And it was a picture of Sabrina Carpenter, who, you know, she's obviously like all dolled up.
I told my buddy growing up, the only way I could see a naked person, they'd be a family member. And he said, why would you want to? I said, I didn't say I wanted to see a naked family member. I said, I didn't grow up with a friggin' cell phone with a terabyte of naked people in it. And when we were kids, grown-ups protected us and didn't let us get a hold of porn. So, oops, Auntie so-and-so's walking around with no bra on.
Yeah, so Minnesota Democrats just unanimously signed for children to be able to watch the P word.
You think it's
Like
on purpose or it's stupidity? Like it's one or the other.
all of them? All of them? There's not one of them that's like, this is where I get off the runaway train, guys. I got to admit, this is like children being able to like, I don't know. I don't have the answer to that.
Okay, you're a good example. We really want to get Agard in trouble. The area captain is on board. The division captain's on board. The watch commander's on board. Molly just signed this, and Agard is in trouble. And you're like, no, I can't do it. It's a lie. We didn't crash the police car. You didn't crash the police car. Or I'd be crippled right now. So no, I'm not doing it. I think the same thing for that board. There has to be someone who's like, kids and the P word? I don't think this is a good idea.
They
Everybody
signed it. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter if they believed it or not. They signed it. So why sign it? It's like nobody's willing to take a stand, or do they all just think it's a good idea?
They might be looking at their $150,000 a year and their family. And they're like, I'll sacrifice these kids for my kids.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that crazy girl that thinks I'm MAGA, like if there's only two kinds of people you can be, and one side thinks kids should fucking see that shit. The first naked person I ever saw was the movie American Werewolf in London. And it was so scary. Not just because he was turning into a werewolf. I had never seen a naked person before. And it was like, that was terrifying.
I saw that movie in the movie theaters, and I was even scared driving home. I'm like, what if a werewolf turns our car over?
Oh, you're so cute.
I don't know. I mean, that's the problem with having two things to choose from. Like, you choose to let kids watch that stuff, or do you choose?
No, go out and play. Learn about spatial awareness. Learn about teamwork. Learn about socializing. It was the singer of Black Flag. Why can't I think of his name? Henry Rollins. Henry Rollins, I love you. It's a shame that you don't love me, but that's okay. He said there's no such thing as downtime. There's only lifetime. There's no like off time. It's just lifetime. And you can't take these kids and just go, these years don't matter. You can learn how to socialize as an adult. Well, you see what's happening now. These kids aren't learning to socialize as adults. They need crying rooms. They need pronouns. They need all this like extra shit. There's all these fetishes now. Like people are fucked up. And like you need bullies when you're kids. You need to learn social hierarchy. You need to learn teamwork. You need to learn gossiping. You need to learn, consequences and getting in trouble. And that all starts really young.
I think what we've gotten away from is the man animal. Like at the end of the day, Molly, you have your pack of friends, and there's protection in it because Randy's a bully, and maybe I shouldn't say this stupid thing because the consequences of that is he pushed me on the ground. And you learn the art of negotiation, and I learn, maybe pushing people's wrong because now I'm in trouble and I lose something. They're protected from everything, and they focus on, listen, guys, got to get you vaccinated, climate change, and you need to know your 124 genders. And it's like, why are you doing this to these kids? Dude, I used to walk home by myself. I think it was a half mile. This kid who took karate class and he smelled like piss and used to beat me up all the time. You can't bully me anymore because of that. I mean, I wore it in class and it didn't go well. But it's okay. No one smelled like piss. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm elevating.
Okay, no, just as an aside. There are people that wear uniforms that smell like moldy, like that Pirates of the Caribbean ride smell.
Yeah.
How do you tell them?
You tell the coach, and then the coach brings it up in class. You're on your hygiene, people.
I mean, now as adults at the workplace, I would want someone to tell me.
I'm walking around with something in my beard all day like this, and no one says anything. And I get home and I'm like, really? You just let me walk around with a blueberry on my beard? No one could say something? But we had friends, like when we were in LEPD, you'd be like, oh, your badge is filthy. What's going on? Shine it up. Now, and people are so sensitive. Oh, Molly
Yeah.
tried to kill me at work because she told you smell moldy or musky or
Yeah. It sucks. I don't know. I have a hard time giving people criticism like that. And it's not even criticism. Like, I love this person enough to like not want to hurt them, but I'm sure like I'm not the only one with a nose.
If you ever see something with me, please say something. See something, say something.
Well, now that we're talking about it.
My mom said, I had a beautiful smile. It's like sunshine. I said, really? She said, it's so yellow.
Nuh-uh, you have great teeth.
Thank you. Like butter.
Hey, you know I collect toothpaste. I have a huge bowl of toothpaste in my bathroom. I fucking love toothpaste. I have a new one coming. But do you like orange creamsicles? Because I just found this one called David's. And it's an orange creamsicle, vanilla orange creamsicle, whatever the hell it's called. It's so fucking good. If you want to, I'll send you one.
Grazie. Is there fluoride in it?
Nope. And David's makes another brand. They call it hydroxytite, whatever, but it's hydroxyapatite. Can't think of what the name is, but it's still David's brand. And I bought strawberry watermelon. I don't know if it's going to be good. I'm hoping. But they have like 3 kinds of mint also. This show is not brought to you by fucking anyone. Oh, hey, Randy, when I went on your Rumble today to set up the show for your channel, you made 1 penny last week.
Yes.
And you weren't even on the show, you fucking dick. I need a cut of that. 1 penny.
I'm so rich. You know what I hate is you and I are talking and you're like, I like this one type of toothpaste, and that's why you should try. It's like, don't do it. Yeah, what's his name? Ben Shapiro. He does that all the time.
Oh God, yeah. I don't know. What if we ever got big? Would we do commercials? I'm not opposed to getting paid, but like, it'd have to be something that I actually used before they came to me. It'd have to be Taco Bell.
Yeah.
We could just like eat Taco Bell on the show. No, but I'll send you some toothpaste if you want. My favorite though, do you like pumpkin pie, right? There's this one, Radius. I'll have to find it online. It's called clove cardamom. I don't know why I'm writing it on a page. It's just to remind me to order it for you. And it doesn't taste like clove. I just bought another one that's clove. It's mint. Fuck you. There's no cloves in it. I want a fucking actual clove toothpaste, like clove cigarettes or like clove, that Beeman's clove gum, real clove. If anybody knows one, mollysleuth@gmail.com. I'm a toothpaste maniac. But I will send you this Radius one, and I'll send you the orange one. Because I think if brushing your teeth is fun, Circle One just put it in the fucking chat. Dude, I'm telling you, that one, that orange cardamom, it tastes exactly like fucking the most beautiful pumpkin pie with a fucking mountain of Cool Whip on top. It's just, it's so tasty. I totally love it. That's some good toothpaste. Oh, Rod, you've had that one? And no fluoride. And then this David's one, I'll let you know what I think about the strawberry watermelon when it comes. But the orange vanilla is super good. And I really do I like lemon stuff, but I have not been able to find a lemon toothpaste that doesn't taste like a straight up fucking urinal cake.
Lemon toothpaste.
It's not good. None of them are good. None of them. I'm open to it. I love me some lemon, but the orange one is good. And the David's brand, I'll send you the hydroxyapatite one.
Just to prove to everyone, Molly is not guessing, I have a toothbrush in my bathroom right now from Molly. It's that macro one. It's like it's got all the little bristles.
Yeah, nano bristles.
Nano bristles.
Mm-hmm.
Nano, yeah.
Do you need another one? Molly is perfect for a TLC show, Strange Addiction toothpaste. I don't swallow it. I just brush my teeth. You know, Pammy, it's like when you're in, yes, red bike, hydroxyapatite. So when you're in the bathroom and it's like, you know, what flavor do you want for the day? Or what flavor do you want like before bed? Or what flavor do you want before you go to the club or something? And like sometimes, yeah, like I just want to be minty. But other times it's like, you know, you get a good little like pumpkin pie going on, or there's a chocolate one from like Sheffield. It's not that good. Like it's not really that good. But there's so many fun flavors. Cilantro one, I think that's Green Beaver, and the basil toothpaste. There was a black mulberry from this company. They come in small metal tubes. There's a whole world of fucking toothpaste out there. Pardon you, sir. That was not me. It was a truck driving by.
That was me last night.
I opened all my windows because I had the heater on in here. Right now it's just on like light mode, but I had the heater on like all day while I was like dying. And then it got really hot up here. I don't know what's going to happen this summer, if I'm going to stay in this room this summer. I might have to like go down to the basement, which I should be working on.
Is it cooler? Your basement's cooler than the...
Yeah, my basement's like 40 fucking degrees right now. So it'll be beautiful this summer.
Nice. I did have to make an announcement. If one of you guys wants to come on the show, always welcome with me, Molly and I. And I did want to give Ben his props. I actually stole that thing that I said earlier. I can't remember what I said it about. I got that from Ben. I can't remember what it was.
Something from him.
He can put it in the chat. But I stole it directly from him.
Ben should come on the show.
Ben should come on the show.
Asshole.
I was gonna say he's got a great personality. He's funny and you're like, he's a jerk.
Fuck that guy. Any ghost shenanigans, Molly? Pammy, I was taking so much cold medicine. There was some weird thing that happened where I think my bunny was breaking into my house. So I'm just going to say that probably didn't happen. But there was some odd stuff that I was like too asleep to really wake up for. So yeah, there have been some shenanigans, but I don't know. Hey, my sister did a show this week, and she's going to be coming back to the interwebs. My cooler, younger, prettier, thinner, more popular sister. And it's going to be all about like other people's ghost stories and stuff.
Nice.
I'm like, clearly she doesn't watch our show because like I haven't gotten an invite yet, but you never know.
Nice.
You never know. She might want to hear about my ghost. Yeah, I still am looking for somebody to talk ghosts with. I mean, I could look all that shit up, but the reality is,
I wonder how the chat feels about is there really alien? Like they were like UFOs are real, aliens are real, but it was right after COVID, and we was like, we don't give a crap. You guys lied about everything. But I still wonder how the chat feels because I think they're
Yeah,
more.
so Matt Gaetz this week like came out and was talking about how like that aliens are real and they've been like forced to have like babies with humans or something. I don't know. And
Matt
now
Gaetz
people
said
are just like, look, listen, like there's just so much AI now. Like an alien could rape my butthole and I still wouldn't believe it. Like, I don't know. Just like I'm so done.
you can't lie to the entire planet. I know COVID was whatever it was, but all of the lies that came with it, it's like you can go protest over here because we agree with it. But if you protest over here, it's a super spreader and you're a granny killer and you're stupid in yourself. Who's sitting there believing that stuff? For that portion of America, yeah, good for them. But normal
Yeah.
people, what? There's no COVID here? As you agree with what I'm protesting?
Yeah. Rod says aliens? Nope. Listen, I don't know. Like, I don't think that like we're constantly finding some like brand new fucking frog or some like new fucking beetle or something. Like, so, and we're like allegedly on a closed little spinning ball in space. So why would we think we're the only ball? And
Someone, he's famous. I think he's a writer or whatever he is. He said we're either all alone in the universe or someone else is out there. And he said either one is equally terrifying. He wrote it way better. We're alone or there's somebody out there, and it's scary. Either way.
yeah, I don't know. I guess I just grew up watching too many fucking episodes of The Twilight Zone to think that like this is it. Like there's always a plot twist. I'm ready for the plot twist.
What, that they're already here and they're in the government?
Yeah. Fucking beam me up, Scotty. I'm ready. I don't know.
They'd be the dumbest aliens. I always wonder, like, is our leadership stupid and we're evil, or is our leadership evil and we're stupid? It's like, how do you fall for 2021 to 2025?
But I think a lot of people didn't fall for it. I think it was just a really good litmus test for how people are. We were more agreeable and wanted to just like, oh, okay, well, I don't think that that's a woman, but I'll say she because it makes her feel good. And like, it was just a slippery slope that like the emperor's new clothes. Like, the dude's fucking naked and nobody wants to talk about it. Like now we all sound crazy because we've just like hit our limit of the bullshit that we're willing to accept.
Yeah, but they burnt all of our goodwill. And I do love this quote. Is it public opinion or is it published opinion? Hollywood and the media.
Again, how to lie with statistics. If you say that only 10% of people think we didn't go to the moon, like who the fuck are you asking?
Yeah.
And like maybe I need to rethink my friends because my friends are a lot more than 10%, I would think. Rod says, yeah, bugs come from here. If there are aliens, they're from here, inner Earth or Antarctica. Interesting. Yeah, isn't that like what War of the Worlds was about? Like they were buried underneath the earth for like so long and then they decided to just like pop up and then they got killed by the fucking common cold. Just came and like wiped those fuckers out. I'll kill them all. I'll kill them all with my cooties. I will get you that face though.
They were saying that if aliens attacked us, like if they came to America and they were actively attacking us, a certain side in politics would side with the aliens. I mean, aliens from space, not aliens that are murdering.
Oh, if they were murdering us?
Oh yeah, like there would still be a political party that's like, you don't like them because they're green, Molly.
I mean, I think maybe they just don't need to kill us. If they're killing us, then it's game on. But I would think
for half of America, like we go fight cartels and they're like, leave the cartel people alone. We go fight terrorists. They're like, why are you guys blowing up terrorists? You're right. Look at Ellen. They love
world.
Say again?
I don't know. I just want to cough, man. I just want to cough. I've had this tickle in my throat for 2 fucking hours.
Look at how New York and LA feel about criminals. They love them. Bless you.
Hello. I'm dying. Dude, speaking of dying, 85 cops have been shot at this year. And it's the first week of April. It's crazy to me. And we were talking about that one Baker to Vegas cop who died during Baker to Vegas. That's crazy. Like, obviously I'd be very interested in finding out what his autopsy revealed, because he was a young dude, like 30 or something. I'm sure a lot of people don't know what Baker to Vegas is.
It's this big run of all the agencies. I want to say just on the West Coast. No, I think anyone, even international. Can you be?
Yeah, we ran against Belgium one year.
Okay.
FBI's in it.
FBI.
Yeah, everybody comes, and they run from Baker, California to Las Vegas, Nevada, and I think it's a 120-mile relay race.
Yeah.
I want to say there's like 7 legs of the race, but that sounds like not enough.
No.
All I know is, like, you don't fuck around. If you want to run this race, you better know how to run, because it's in fucking Las Vegas. It's in the goddamn desert. It's freezing cold, and then it's boiling hot, and every cop there is drunk as fuck. And so I don't know why this guy died, but I just know all the times that I've been to Baker to Vegas, I know you've been to Baker to Vegas, because I was asking you about it the other day, and you were like, you shared a room with Monica? Like, oh, you shared a room with Monica. Like, how do you not fucking remember that? And, like, just the amount of drinking that goes on there. And then if you have to go run like 7 miles, and let's say your leg is like daytime straight uphill.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they're speculating right now, is that it could have been just a heat stroke or something.
That sucks bad. But I just want to tell the chat something about the 85 cops getting shot at. I know a lot of people like, I'm not a cop, who cares? That is an attack on your institutions and your establishments, which is an attack on you, because the reason why cops are taken so serious when they're attacked is you're shooting at a guy with a gun and a bunch of friends with guns. You know what they'll do to you? So that's where all that stuff comes from. It's not, oh, cops are special. And it's actually, we know how dangerous they will be to you if they're shooting at cops.
Right. They give 0 fucks if they're going to shoot at somebody that's armed, that's supposed to be protecting everyone. Hey, Rose Thistle Art says that thumbnail is so awesome. Okay, so let me tell you about this stupid thumbnail, Rose Thistle. Let's see. Randy, can I do this? I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, there we go. So I stole a picture of Randy, and I just fucking love AI. Can I just say, like, I don't have the amount of time or the amount of money or the amount of talent to ever pull this kind of shit off by myself.
I have to show you something, Molly, but go ahead, keep talking. It'll take a second.
Okay. So Randy, of course, was the first part that I did, and it made it like too close up. So if you guys are playing with AI, then let me just tell you, like, if you want to see the whole image, then all I did was describe his shoes, and then it zoomed out, because AI doesn't understand zoom out. They don't understand like look at camera. They don't understand like smaller, bigger. So you have to like trick it. And I use Grok. It's free, and you're only allowed like 5 every 2 hours, like 5 requests. So you got to get it right. Otherwise, you got to wait a couple hours to be able to do your next one. So I wanted him to be sitting in a fancy Victorian chair, smoking a pipe, and then I wanted to zoom out. So I just asked for it to put him in fancy dress shoes with spats. So I think it turned out totally awesome. His hat was sort of like funky shaped, but I think I cut it off pretty much. And then as for me, that shit makes me laugh so hard. That was my Halloween costume. Oh, wait, hold on, Randy. What do you got here? Hold on.
It's an action figure
Okay, down. Down.
I've never showed it to you.
Oh, shit.
He looks just like what Molly never showed me that picture, and I never showed Molly that action figure. So that's crazy.
Yeah. That is funny. What
Anyway.
action figure is that?
Some like he's a G.I. Joe drug dealer, but he's got on the same exact outfit. Different
Yeah.
skin, but
Spats.
same exact.
I mean, spats were so like gangster back in the like 20s and stuff.
Yeah, even the shoe, like yeah, see?
Yeah, see? Okay, but this was my Halloween costume. Last year, this like eyeball suit with a Creature from the Black Lagoon shirt, my little bunny sitting in my lap, and the makeup on the creature mask that Ben did for me. And I asked for it to just have me sit in a chair, and the fact that it made me sit Indian style was so fucking just perfectly awesome. I was like, that's it. So I don't know where these thumbnails are going to go, guys. I just know that I'm getting a lot more used to AI. It's so much easier than having to cut my head off and putting it on other people's bodies. So I feel like the quality is going up on my thumbnails, and it's just so fun. There's so many things I need to learn to do. Oh, thank you. This would be a good time to subscribe if you want to see where this shit's going. And also, if you just want to chat with us, mollysleuth@gmail.com. If you want to come on the show, if you know any ghost people, if you want to tell me to fuck myself, if you have a good, well-worded fuck off, though, I ask that you please put that in the comments. I love it. I think it builds morale for the channel. You know, go ahead and help the algorithm out, or just share it with people. You know, you never know who's gonna like our dumb little show, but it does help to get more people on. Randy, I don't think we talked about like half the shit that we were going to talk about tonight. We didn't even get to that Azusa police dude who crawled in the cop car and died.
Yeah, maybe a part 2, but I did want to say to the chat, a huge thing that Molly and I talked about was we don't want to do this is tiny right now, but if it goes anywhere, you guys are welcome to come on, because somebody will have 2 followers and they're like, nope, I'm just doing my show by myself. You guys are welcome. Even if we don't agree with you, whatever, you come on and you talk about your stuff, your ghost stories, your AI stuff. Yep. You hate cops, whatever.
Dude, that'd be good. We're still going to do a ticket show, right?
Say again? Oh, yeah, ticket show.
I got my tickets right here. This is only a part of them, but yeah, I wrote a lot of tickets.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I got a lot of lettuce in my taco. Yeah, I got some good ones. Let's see. Ooh, shit. Yeah, this will be fun. Some of these are fun. You know, observe meth pipe in center console and hidden compartment. Violator stated it's for wax, concentrated cannabis. Blah, blah, blah. He promised to drive the juvenile home at 22:05 hours. Anyway, this is a good time. I got a lot of fun ones. I think we could find some of our best tickets. I think that would be a really fun show. Plus, I will tell you how to not get points on your record, how to beat shit in traffic court. So I think it'll be a fun one. So Randy, I hope that you come back. We'll talk about when.
I shall, and it shall be soon.
All right. Well, thanks everybody, and love you all. Love you, Randy.
Love you. Molly, thank you for giving me a voice, and thank you, chat, for letting me bore you with my stories with Molly.
No, you're fun. I am going to tell him about that one time that you slept on my couch and I unloaded your gun and I put all the bullets in a beautiful little line while you were sleeping. I was pissed at you because you fell asleep before the cab could come to take us to the nightclub.
I had 2 beers.
Bro, I was all dressed like a fucking whore ready to party and you fell asleep, you fucking dick. All right, I gotta go cough. Love you guys. See you next week.
Peace.